Hey, this is V again. Just making this video about the WWE wrestler, quote unquote wrestler, Batista. This guy, I fucking hate that guy's ring work, and I think I hate his interviews too. The guy was gone for 4 years to try to be working in movies, and I saw a few of his movies. I watched him in Riddick and I guess he was okay in Riddick, but this isn't about his movies so much as about his return to the WWE. Without having to prove anything right away, Batista he's thrust into the main event. It's like, oh, just because he used to be a main eventer, he still has a WWE Vince McMahon with his McMahon's fucking ego, thinking, oh, he still has the same drawing power as he did before. He didn't have to prove anything. Okay, well, guess what? Before 4 years ago, people like me who actually are fans of good in-ring work and good wrestlers still hated fucking Batista. His moveset is just, he's got a power bomb, or the Batista bomb, as the commentators call it. And he might have a clothesline, 1 or 2 slams besides the power bomb. He's got 1 or 2 different slams. He's got some clotheslines. Okay, totally 4 moves. It's like, this guy, he cannot fucking wrestle. He shouldn't have been in the main event 4 years ago. He's only in there because he's friends with fucking Triple H, and sure, he looks great, okay? Yeah, he's got a bodybuilder look, and he's doing all that shit. But your look is carrying you, and not your ring talent. It's like, please, Batista, can you retire again from fucking WWE and from wrestling in general? Maybe if this guy actually lost all the muscle he has, or most of it, actually lost weight and then tried to become a good worker, I would care. I would become a fan of him if all of a sudden Dave Batista became a good wrestler. But no, he won't do that. He'll just work the exact same style, power moves, brawling. Batista, he never should have been WWE champion. Give those titles, WWE champion and WWE world champion, since there's sadly 2 brands of WWE. Another great idea from Vince McMahon. It's like, just please, Batista, fucking retire again. I know you tried to work MMA and I think you beat Joe Paterno. I know why you didn't go continue on to MMA, because Dana White and those assholes at the UFC ended up buying Strikeforce, who wants to work for Dana White. So I understand. I applaud that. But what I do not applaud, Hype Machine, you cannot wrestle. You're just hanging out with Triple H and Randy Orton again and Stephanie McMahon. Oh, like nothing changed. Okay, your friendships, yeah, nothing changed there. You're still main eventing. I get it. Because of the people you know. If it wasn't for the people Dave Batista knows, he would not be a WWE main eventer. And just, like I said, the guy, he's got several clotheslines. He's got several, there's only one way. He's got a clothesline. He has I think maybe 2 different slamming styles. And he has a power bomb. Other than that, his moveset is punches and kicks and chokes. I know big men are not all expected to be great wrestlers, but at least make some kind of effort. I mean, fuck's sake, even the Big Show, at his best, Big Show had 8 wrestling moves, which is 5 more than Batista. So, anyway, Batista, the point here, he should not be a main eventer. This guy, he's just, He's just shit. Batista, I got an autograph from him once, and I had the picture autographed. It wasn't of him, but it was with a guy he was working a match with. I thought he wouldn't mind it. So it was a picture of Eddie Guerrero, who he was working a three-way dance with against Randy Orton. So Batista just looks at the picture, says, "What's this?" Like, what's this? What the fuck do you think it is? There's a picture of somebody who you're working a match with who can actually wrestle really well. Rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. But you think all that time working with Eddie, Batista would have improved his ring work. But no, I'm just going to be the typical fucking musclehead that relies on his look. Yeah, so I say again, Batista, not WWE Championship material. Now, people like him are the reason CM Punk left. CM Punk, who was actually great on the mic and in the ring, left WWE because they're just run by the McMahons, and the McMahons, especially Vince, they want steroid freaks, or they want fat fucks. Batista is in the steroid freak or overly muscular guy category. Not saying he uses steroids, but he has the look for it. He has an overly muscular look. I mean, CM Punk wanted himself and Daniel Bryan, who are actually great wrestlers, to be pushed. But the McMahons, they ignore Punk. They probably paid him shit. Probably paid Daniel Bryan shit. This is just bad. I mean, Daniel Bryan and versus CM Punk at a WrestleMania or any other big pay-per-view in the main event, that would have been a wrestling fan's dream. It would have been perfect. And no, I do not mean Kurt Hennig. I mean, it would have been perfect in ring work. Just McMahon's. The problem with the WWE is the McMahons, they do not want good wrestlers, and they seem like they never have. If a wrestler is great or even good in the ring, it's quite by accident. Like Shawn Michaels, the showstopper, the icon, main event, etc. He was great in what he did, but I doubt he would have ever been pushed if he was not also a great personality. Shawn Michaels, he was a great talent, much like CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are now. Charisma, I understand, you need that in wrestling, but you also need ring talent. Vince McMahon, he seems to just like tall people and heavy people and fat people and extremely muscular people as the main event. Look, Triple H was an example of that. Randy Orton, as much as I'm a fan of his, I like Randy Orton, obviously, his look and his tattoos and his RKO move, and he has a good drop kick, but Randy Orton, he's not a great wrestler himself. He relies on a lot of rest holds. And just... Okay, the Reformed Evolution. Did anybody want to see fucking Evolution reform? Other than Evolution? No. Nobody wants to see that. Just, if they reform, it's just like let the Shield just beat up on them and beat up on them every night for maybe 2 months. That's what should have been done and seen. So yeah, this feud with the Shield, I seriously hope it ends. It ends with the Shield coming out as the winners in the whole thing. That's all I've got to say. Bottom line, Batista is shit. He never could wrestle. I think any one time he's had a good match, someone had to carry him to it. I would have liked to have seen him MMA if fucking Dana Hype and the UFC hadn't ruined everything and bought up Strikeforce. So fuck the current UFC with their stupid 31 rules. Batista either retire or actually become a good ring worker, so your wrestling matches won't get on my nerves and get on every pure wrestling fan's nerves. And Evolution, you they better be booked horribly. They better be booked to lose horribly by the end of the feud here with the Shield. Shield better win this. Randy Orton, Triple H, Batista, they already had their time, okay? It's not like Orton's really old. He's in his early 30s, I guess. The older ones, Triple H, I'm glad he only semi-wrestles now, but his presence isn't felt in the ring so much, but he always is talking on the mic for 20 fucking minutes. On Raw, it's a wrestling show, and Raw always opens up, and SmackDown, I think, does the same thing. 14-minute show. 14 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes of talking, and then when a match starts for either of those shows, SmackDown or Raw, the match lasts 2 minutes, then there's a 5-minute commercial break, then the match, after the commercial break, the match maybe lasts another 3 minutes, in most cases. It's a rarity when there is a commercial-less match that goes 10 or 15 minutes without commercials. This is why at time even local independents are better than WWE, and I rarely watch Raw anymore. I'll DVR it if it's on, but it's not as good as it used to be. Another thing I'll mention is they misused Raven. When they had Raven, they fucked him over good. Oh, we'll just make him the hardcore champion many times over, but the belt was basically meaningless. Raven would beat the fuck out of Batista for in-ring work. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about Batista and the current state of the WWE. It's just sad. I watch out of habit, but it's not as good as it used to be. It's CM Punk leaving and Daniel Bryan still being there, but he's out. Bryan is out with a neck injury. Punk left because he knows it's shit. Good luck to CM Punk whatever else he chooses to do. I think he's probably wrestling in Japan now, if at all. I mean, so bravo to CM Punk. That's the end of my WWE rant, because WWE sucks right now, and so does fucking Batista, who always has sucked.